Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv, Monday Night Football. They ought to fire whoever scheduled these games. I know they look good at the beginning of the season, but boy, we got another stink bomb at St. Louis. I didn't like this team at the beginning of the year, Ken, and now they lose Bradford for the year, and you've got Clemens taking over. This team, what are they going to do against the Seattle defense?
Yeah, first off, though, when you look at NBC, how smart are they to say, hey, what about a flex game as we get midway through the season on Sunday Night Football? So they're looking great. They're always going to have a good game. Like you said, Monday, they got to prognosticate, and if they're wrong or if injuries come down, they're in a lot of trouble. But St. Louis is in a lot of trouble, even though they're at home.
Yeah, at least it won't be as painful to watch as last week's game between Minnesota and the Giants. I mean, that was God. And the Giants won, but I got to tell you what, everybody was on Josh Freeman it was a horrible game. But I got to be honest with you. Eli Manning should be thankful Josh Freeman was in that game to take, so nobody talked about how bad he played, because he threw two picks should have been picks that should have been pick sixes, and guys dropped them. I mean, Eli's having a bad year too, but that's a whole different story. We look at this Seattle team, and, I look here, do I want to go with the side? Do I want to go with the total? And this is a question of Pete Carroll. What's he want to do? Does he want to take his foot off the gas, which traditionally he doesn't normally do? But it's a Monday night game, and you've got the rare oddity scheduling-wise. He gets to run the full gamut. He played last week on Thursday and now doesn't have to play till Monday. So this team's going to be rested, ready to go. Does St. Louis have any shot in this game?
Not if Seattle's focused, they'll take care of business. And here's why they won't look ahead or they won't have a flat spot, because they know, Marco, if they have home field throughout the playoffs, they are almost impossible to beat up in the Northwest. They've got to get that, because when you have teams like San Francisco, New Orleans, Green Bay, if they get healthy, you want those teams coming to your house when you have that distinct home field advantage like Seattle, and they have the best home field advantage in all of the NFL.
No question about it. And the only problem, with it is Vegas they know where the public's going to bet this game, and they have made you pay a dear price to take Seattle. You're talking about an NFL road team on Monday night that's not only a home dog, but a double-digit home dog. Remember the good old days back in the late 80s, early 90s, when if you had a home underdog on Monday Night Football, that was just an automatic play.
Money.
You just forget about it.
80%. But you're going to look at a lot of teasers being tied to Seattle on Monday night. Sportsbooks are going to be sweating that one.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? This is my free pick, Ken. Let's make it official. All right, I take a look at this game, and, as much as I'm tempted to take Seattle and lay the points, I can't do it. Too many points on a Monday Night Football game. But what I am going to look at is going to look at the total. And I know these primetime games, they keep finding a way to go over, and the public has been winning them. The books never like to see favorites and the over win on these standalone games because the books are going to get hurt. That's the way the public likes to bet. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at the under, and I would suggest waiting till Monday to bet this. It's only going to go up as the public gets there on game day. They're not going to be betting the under. But I look at Seattle, and really, how much can they run up the score if it does get ugly? This is a team that's got bigger fish to fry. Why run up the score too much? But I'm looking at their end of the game defensively. I don't know that St. Louis is going to be able to score points in this game. You've got Clemens at quarterback, or Clemens, I should say, and it's a situation where this is a very good defense. And when they bring those the defensive front seven at them and put the pressure on, how are they going to move the ball downfield? They don't have a running game, so they have to pass the ball, and you can't pass when you're laying on your back. I'm sorry. I look at this game, I'm going to take the under. I think Seattle probably gets that big lead, and then they try to start, shortening the game because it is a Monday night game. Yeah, they've had 10 days since their last game, but it's a Monday game, which means they'll only have 6 days before their next game. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Seattle and St. Louis. I'm going to go under the total. It's currently at 42, but like I said, go ahead and wait till Monday. I think you'll get a little bit of a better line. We'll take the under as my free pick for Monday Night Football. Take the under, Seattle, St. Louis. All right, that does it for my free pick and wraps up this week's show. He's Ken Thomson, SportsX Radio here in Las Vegas, 720 on the AM dial, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9. I'm your host, Marco D'Angelo. We'll be back next week on Wednesday instead of Friday, our normal day. Tuesday crew will be in as usual next week, so be sure to check in all week long for pregame videos here on pregame.tv.